Now, Donald Trump's win has worried world leaders as they prepare to gather in Azerbaijan's capital Baku for talks on combating climate change. Climate negotiators fear for the ability to agree on a new global finance target or increase the pool of countries that should contribute to it. Ragini Sudhir Chaure reports.
Trump's victory has darkened the outlook for a strong deal at the UN climate change conference. The COP29 talks are set to begin in Baku, Azerbaijan on the 11th of November, and they may have already been dealt a blow. That is because the US president-elect has in the past called climate change a hoax. His campaign promise to drill baby drill will likely drive up emissions in a country that is already the world's biggest historical emitter of carbon dioxide. Trump wants to drill for gas and oil in a bid to shore up the US economy. Those in the sustainability industry have expressed concerns because of Trump's previous stance on climate. In 2017, Trump withdrew the US from the Paris Accord. It was a legally binding international treaty on climate change with the main goal of limiting temperature increases to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. In 2021, the United States rejoined the Paris Agreement under President Joe Biden. But Trump's decisive win deals a blow to the ability of countries to agree on a new global finance target. It actually increases the pool of countries that should contribute to the top goals for the summit. The European Union and the United States had plans to push China and the rich Gulf states to start paying into the UN Climate Fund. Jennifer Morgan, Germany's State Secretary for International Climate Action, has said that it will be up to Germany and the European Union to maintain leadership in the climate finance discussions for ensuring an acceptable result. Failure to land a strong climate finance deal would be a big setback. A group of 45 least developed countries might be the hardest hit. At the COP28 held in Dubai, countries had agreed on a historic deal to transition away from fossil fuels and triple renewable energy. The question confronting the world is this: will Trump honor that deal? A report by the US University of Maryland in September found that if Biden's climate laws and policies are rolled back, non-federal entities such as states and cities can achieve a 48% emissions reduction by 2035, falling short of previous US commitments to reduce greenhouse emissions by at least 50% compared to 2005 levels by 2030. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has cancelled plans to attend COP29. Scholz has done so because of an unfolding political crisis at home. In recent years, the United States has increasingly faced the impacts of climate change, with hurricanes and wildfires taking a toll on life and property. Outgoing President Joe Biden reversed Trump's decision on climate change mitigation. He brought in the Inflation Reduction Act, which later became the foundation for the United States Climate Action Response. Among other things, it set the path for US businesses to decarbonize their operations and reduce carbon emissions. Experts argue that the act strengthened the US's stance in global climate talks. The US remains the world's single largest producer and exporter of gas and oil in the world, with its crude oil production averaging nearly 30 million barrels per day. With the world now much closer to breaching the 1.5 degrees Celsius mark of global warming set under the Paris Agreement, the stakes are even higher. Whether COP29 will keep global climate negotiations alive and kicking will now depend more on countries other than on the United States. Ragini Sudhir Chaure's report for DD India.